Hey ho folks, so today I'm just having a little play around with a couple of sheets that I made for my group. So if you would like a copy of these, come and join us. They're 3 pages. Now my printer decided to be a little bit wacky, and you can see I'm missing a little bit of yellow. She's decided to play cool for the back, so they're all good. Look, it's a little flaw. I don't think it's going to be too bad. It's not going to stop me having a little play to see how these go together. So this is a new product for me, just to try and test out. I've seen some belly bands with little envelopes on them in a few places, so I thought I'd have a little try with them. So if you want to play along, as I said, these are available in the Facebook group. I will put that in a link in the description so you can come and join us. Alrighty, so I guess the first step to do is to cut all these out. I might do a couple on camera and then a couple off camera, or maybe I'll just speed it up. Okay, so that's my first load of envelopes and my belly band cut out. I did actually blow these up very slightly, so my belly band a little bit wider than a normal page would be, so I've just folded it down a little bit extra down on the end to fit it in. And I've got my first 3 envelopes cut out. I won't make you watch through me cutting out the other set and all the little ephemeras to go on them. I'll be back in a little bit after all those are done. Hello. So I'm back. It's actually been a whole week since I shot the first part of this video. So yeah, I have to try to remember where I was up to and what I got done. So I have my belly band. I've got my little envelopes all done. I got myself a bunch of lace and stuff to stick on. I did have some idea of what I was going to do with this. I have to try and remember. All right, so this is my belly band underneath. What I thought I'd do is I just cut this. This is just made out of regular paper, so it's going to be quite flimsy. I am going to reinforce it. These are some offcuts. They're just some strips that I had left over from cutting everything out from the backing. So I think I'm going to stick those down the side just to reinforce it a little bit. That should work to just give me a little bit of rigidity to this band. Now, if I had done it with heavier paper, I probably would be all right. But I did go with a lighter paper, and that has left me with this sort of floppiness, which is probably okay, but a little bit of reinforcing never hurts, I don't think. So I'm just going to pop that down. Yeah, like that. I'm just going to do the sides. This side. all those into place. Kind of covers up a little bit of the underneath, which is fine, because this, if I remember rightly, was a little bit of a misprint, and my yellow's missing on one band. So, okay, I'll leave the ends tucked because don't want to glue anything onto them. And I think we're ready to go. So, just might start at the bottom and work my way up. Thinking envelope there, stick that one down so they've got a flap there. Then the next one, stick the flap down so that that opens. And if I sort of go this way and go envelope down, put the front down, then put the flap down, that'll kind of give me a way to work up. So if we just pop them out like this, and then we can get a bit of an idea of what order I'm going to need to stick everything down in, just to make sure that everything kind of is free to move and free to open. So I'm thinking something like that. And then we've got these bigger labels. I was thinking we put those kind of peeking out either side. Something along those lines. And then I'll go through. I've got some little bits of random kind of lace, which we can go on, and a bit of frayed stuff. And then I've got other stuff that I can cut little bits and we can decorate it that way. So that was my thinking. What I might do is just go off camera again, just to ink these edges. They're not as dark as I'd like them. And I will go through and glue up the bottom section of these envelopes so that the envelopes are literally ready to attach as I go. So I'm going to hop off and go and do that. Then we'll come back. We'll glue down, inked. All my little envelopes are inked. I'm going to put these guys on now. Might whack a bit of ink around the edge of them too. Just because they're a little bit, edges are a little bit pale. All right, so that one's going to go about there. This one, we'll put that one about there. Round and round we go. Okay, so I think we're kind of back on track as to where my vision was for these. So if I do half overlap there, so just going to go around the edge. One there, and this one, half again. Put that one about here. So you can put these anywhere. This is just kind of, I had a play and what seemed to look good to me. So I figured I'd go with that. So these envelopes, where are we going to go with these? That one there. That one's going to flip up. It's going to go there. So kind of get them overlapping a little bit. Just have to be a bit careful that we don't stick down on something that we're going to need. Okay. Kind of move ourselves around so I get that is still showing. That way, that way, and this one will do up that way. Okay, so I think that's gonna work. I might start at the bottom, and here we go. How exciting, actually getting the envelopes on. So that one there. So I'm coming to about here. And now the hard part is only gluing down the bit that needs to be stuck. I might do this one first, and then this one's going to go on top. So, okay, so, alrighty. Which way did I have that one? Like that. Okay. And this guy, now going that way. Just sort of building those layers up. Okay, so he goes that way, and then we can still get into there. We can get into there. This one, I originally had that one under there, but that's okay. If we attach it by the flap and put it there, we still get the overlapping. And we can still get into everything. And so that's the trick, I think, just going to be make sure that you don't overlap everything to the point where you can't open the envelopes up. So that one's that way. This one I was going to have that way. Okay. So, quick. I was going to have there. No, I actually think that is okay. Put that one back down. Okay. I might do this one first. Oh, did I not glue this? It doesn't look like I did. Okay. So a little bit of glue along those flaps. Have to make sure we don't put too much, otherwise it'll go on the other side and glue the envelope down. That one there. And then this is another one that's opening up. There. We're gluing here. I want to make sure we can still see some of this thing sticking out the side. All right. So that's all my envelopes down. How about that? Make sure we're not stuck to the desk. And just double check that everything opens. Actually access everything we can. So that's good. You could turn these into a like an advent calendar, because there's 6 there. You'd need, what, 4 of them for 24 numbers, and then put little numbers on them. That would work as well if you wanted an advent calendar kind of idea. Okay, so that's our kind of base done. Now we've got a choice of lots of things to decorate with. I've got little bits of lace, little bits of stuff. I love what one of my foxy friends did with putting a hole in these, I might do that. And kind of go from there, because that, if I've got holes, I've got things I can tie into them, which would be good. Let's have a look at my bits and pieces of ephemera, because I can go through and stuff some of these too. So I can even just, I don't have to have these shut, so I can have it open and put my little bits and pieces in and just leave it open. It doesn't have to close. I can put some numbers in just to get some differences coming through here in terms of, you know, dark and light. That one in there. Put a bit of something dark on top. I've got this, it's a different, slightly different colour. That would actually fit in here, so I might just fit that one in. That one in. Little bits of hidden stuff. Okay, now these bits. Oh, I put that there. Could paste it onto one of these and then just slide it in. With these little strips, I kind of like to fold them over, not quite doubled, but just so that there's a bit of thickness, but there's a bit of they're not just, you know, you kind of get it to see a bit more of the frayed edges that way. Push that down. Might need a bit more glue. Just sort of build it up a little bit. Okay. It's sticking to me more than it's sticking to what it should stick to. I'll put another bit of lace on top. I might absorb it a little bit, glue a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to come back and have another go at that bit. Let me see if I've got a hole punch handy. Here we go. It's a bit of a weird angle. It hasn't quite gone through. Oh, there we go. All good. Got a hole there. I'm going to... Oh, I took my scissors out to the living room yesterday to do a bit of crafting in front of the TV. I didn't bring them back. Is it going to be too long if I put that on there? Yeah, probably will be. I probably need about half that. Okay. Could put a shorter piece. Put another piece of this. That would look all right. Let's do that. That way I don't have to run off and come back. Okay. And we just pull through. Now, because this is only sort of regular copy paper thickness, I'm being really careful with this. Chances of pulling that and me pulling a great big hole in it, and I didn't put a grommet on it either, so I just want to be very careful with it. Okay, so that's that one done there. What else can I add that might might be fun. Got some ribbon. That's pretty. I'll put some ribbon along the bottom. That would mean running off and getting scissors. Look at that. That's going to look nice, I think. I could put on that one there, actually. Kind of colours match. We decided to leave that one open, didn't we? And something kind of needs something there as well. I do have these little gem things I bought the other day, which are really cute. They're so hard to put on, but they're really cute once they're done. I'm going to do some post editing. I'm going to go and get some scissors. I do think I want a bit of velvet ribbon along there, just to sort of give it that velvet. I don't know. The velvet sort of gives it a different texture to look at. Everything else can sort of can reflect, but the velvet just kind of sucks all the light in and gives it a sort of a different kind of feel to it. All right, I'm going to go and get my scissors, come back and edit out the going and coming. Okay, so I've got my scissors and I want to go about here. That one will go along there, and I was actually thinking some of this one as well might be nice. It's got a different feel to it as well. It kind of almost, this is a postage stamp envelope and it's got a little racky edge, so it kind of matches that. So I think we might have one of those too. Okay, and then some of these gems there, just to kind of, they bring a bit of brightness to it. And I think we're done. Okay. Give it a good push. And here. Alrighty, so then we've just got a few, I might just put a few little gems along in a row here, and we've got some really lovely touchable kind of things with our little hidden envelopes. I think that looks really cute. I will go through and actually stuff our little tickets and things in here, little price labels. Have one in there. There we go. And there. Where doesn't have one? Oh. In. That one's got something. That one's got something. This one doesn't. There we go. And oh, I don't want to go in. All right. Cool. Oh, and this one. Go in there too. I was thinking just along, I quite like them lined up. So I'm thinking just along the lines there. There's blue. Everything else is quite matte, and then these are quite bright. Just add a little focal point to things. Almost look like little water droplets. May only do a couple. The glue I've got dries clear, so it'll sort of dry across the top of them and won't kind of cover them, which is good. Now that's upside down. Let's go. There we go. I think that'll probably do. I think I've got patience for much more. There we go. So there we are. So we've got something a little bit shiny, got the velvet matte, we've got the lace with a bit of ruggedness. I'm tempted to come back and put a grommet in that hole there. But I think I'm kind of happy with where we've got to. I'm going to let it all dry. I'm going to just clip off some of the edges here. We've got this little bit of excess lace and ribbon. And we're done. Thank you for watching with me.